Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Endless Summer. My name is Christine Melhorn. I'm the Director of Transition Programs, and this is actually our last episode of Endless Summer for the season. I'm joined by two wonderful orientation leaders. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Sammy, if you want to start.
Okay. Hi, my name is Sammy Wheeler. I am a senior here at Rider. I double major in secondary education, and I'm so excited to be here tonight with everyone.
Cool. And hi everyone. My name is Matt Pizzullo, and I'm a junior secondary English education major with a concentration in literature and theater studies. And I'm super excited to be here.
Awesome. So we have a bunch of different topics we're going to be talking about today. For anyone who's watching, if you have any questions, just feel free to throw them in the chat and we will see them and we can answer them for you. Our first topic of the day is going to be engaged learning. Just want to remind all new students that your new student experience engagement point is still up for grabs. So that's a point that's only available to new students during your first. You can learn more about that at rider.edu/engaged learning. And I want to ask the orientation leaders, what have you done so far in your Rider career to get your points? And did you get the new student experience point? And like, what kind of events did you go to in order to get that?
So I'll start just by saying to any education majors that are possibly watching, you guys will have a super easy time, especially with engaged learning, because a lot of your field placements actually count towards those hours that you need. And aside from that, being on like the executive committee of a club or an organization counts. Doing something like being an orientation leader is another way that I've gotten a few points. Being a tutor. So there's lots and lots of different ways that you can get points. And chances are a lot of the things that you're already planning on doing will count for points. So you just have to keep an eye out and make sure that you're keeping track of those experiences.
Yeah. And just to add on a little bit from what Sammy already said, as an education major myself, I can echo everything she said as education majors. And outside of that, having jobs on campus is a great way to get engaged learning points. I'm a tour guide, and also obviously I'm an orientation leader, and I got a bunch of engaged learning points from that. Also, as Sammy said, internships, co-ops. That's a great way. Field experiences and field work. That's a great way to get engaged learning points, and you also get them from being in different clubs and organizations. I know for freshmen, one way to get involved super early is joining SGA. They're always they really involve freshmen very early. So it's a great way to get involved, get some engaged learning points as well. And yeah, lots of different opportunities.
And
Sorry.
I was gonna say, just as for the new student experience, those points, you can basically get them by just attending different events. I remember when I did that, I put down that I was attending like just like campus traditions, and obviously now that we're remote, you can't go to these things in person, but there are literally virtual events happening like every single week. So just by attending those and keeping track, and I think you just have to write a like quick reflection on a few of the events that you attend, and that gets you a point. So that's like definitely an opportunity I recommend taking advantage of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because all of those are virtual, because like all these events are virtual, it's literally so easy to like log on, maybe learn something new, go to an event you might not have gone to had we been in person, try something new, and then go to those events and get your points. It's really easy. Cool. So the next thing we're going to talk about is finals. They are quickly approaching. What is it? Is this the last week of class? Next week?
Yeah, finals are starting this next week.
Oh, this semester went by so fast and so slow at the same time. Okay, so finals. What advice do you have for time management during finals?
Sammy, do you want to go first, or?
I mean, so basically, time management during finals, I feel like, is just like your regular time management, except way more like important, I guess you could say. Finals are definitely something that obviously really impacts your grade. It's the wrap up of the semester. Some of them are cumulative, so there's definitely a lot more covered on these exams than any exam that you've taken during your semester so far. So I would definitely say that you need to make your final exams a priority for yourself and really set aside the necessary time. Like, you know how much you know in all of your classes, and I'd say just plan accordingly to study for as much as you possibly can, depending on the difficulty of the class.
Yeah. Just to kind of echo some of what Sammy said, and then to add on a little bit. Yeah, just make sure to set aside some time. Maybe go into your calendars or your Google calendars. Figure out what times you can study, either in between classes or in between finals and tests and assignments that you have to complete. And just organize yourself. Make sure you're organized throughout this week, because it is a very hectic week with everything going on. And then make sure you're finding different ways to study as well, so you're not just sitting in front of a screen or in front of a book. Connect with your friends, maybe on Zoom, things like that, to reinforce some of those ideas as well.
Awesome. What are some things that you both do when you're taking like a study break, which is really important to take a break sometime from all the studies? What are some things that you would recommend doing to like self-care and get in the right frame of mind, I guess?
I'll go first. I'd say for me the biggest thing I'd recommend is getting sleep in between. I know in between like studying, I just need to take like naps all the time, because you can't forget like taking care of yourself during this week, and just relaxing. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, and then connect with your friends. Don't just shut yourself out from the outside world during this week, but stay focused as well.
Yeah, I definitely agree with everything that Matt said. I feel like when I am studying for something like finals, I tend to take it like way too far, and I make that like my only priority, and sometimes I forget to really like give myself a break, because if you don't give yourself that break, you're going to burn out way faster than you'd expect. So sometimes just like going for a walk, like being outside, even going for a drive, like those are things that I literally need to do. Like even if it's I just like drive and like go get coffee somewhere and come home and like give myself that break. I feel like it really helps you just like regroup, and also just like don't study until like all hours of the night. Like space your time out, like make sure you get a good night's sleep. And yeah, just take care of yourself and don't overwhelm yourself.
Awesome. Thanks. Before we move on, just a reminder, if you have any questions for the orientation leaders, you feel free to ask it in the chat below. So talking about finals, now let's move ahead to the spring. We have a special guest here with us today. Hey.
Hello. Hey, what's going on, guys?
Former orientation leader and
Good
SEC
time.
president, Geronimo, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Geronimo Echeverria. I'm a senior. I was a two-time orientation leader and a two-time SEC president. So, love Ryder.
Awesome. So, Geronimo, do you want to kind of maybe reflect a little bit about how the fall semester went in terms of SEC sponsored events for students, and then kind of give us a preview of what Ryder students can expect for the spring semester?
Yeah, of course. So, us SEC members, we always like to plan the big, huge, fun events. This past semester, obviously, we couldn't do much of that. Everything had to be online. So we tried to give you guys the best version of that we could, mixing it with celebrities and magicians and different kind of acts. For next semester, for the spring, we're trying to switch it up a little bit. Within the guidelines, we're working to have a few in-person events if we can, preferably outdoors if we can. We know the weather is also a task too, but keeping people warm and things of that nature. We have some positions already in the works for certain events. But tomorrow is actually our day where we're going to meet as a team online, of course, and go over all the ideas we have. So we're kind of in the middle of planning next semester right now. Again, some positions have already started rolling the ball on that. But anything from maybe an outdoor movie to, outdoor snacks and things of that nature. Maybe some fireworks at some point just to get people outside, get people off their computers and really blow off some steam. So
Awesome. And what was your favorite event from the fall, would you say?
from the fall that we did,
Yeah.
I would say I thought the spooky act guy, I thought he was really cool. So we brought him from NACA. We seen him at NACA, and he did like a, kind of like a, how do I say this? Not like a fake like, paranormal activity kind of thing, but like he did like, tell ghost stories and stuff like that. I thought that was
Awesome.
cool because it still kind of had that effect even in a virtual setting.
Cool. And then Sammy and Matt, like do you guys have a favorite event that you like virtually went to or actually went to this semester?
Yeah.
I have one.
Sorry.
So my favorite virtual event from this past semester was the Rider Romance event where they had like a contestant from The Bachelor come. So like obviously I love The Bachelor, so I was excited for that. And one of my best friends actually competed in it. So like we all like are living together, so we're sitting around the dining room table, like, and she's like competing, I guess, in this, and it was just like fun to participate in, and it was cool to like see someone that I watch on TV.
Cool.
That was cool. That was early on. That was back in like
Yeah.
yeah. That was one of our first events.
And for me, I think as a huge Big Brother fan myself, I was a big fan of the Dynamic Duos event where they brought in Big Brother legends Kesar and Janelle. That was really cool to get to talk to them. And then I competed as well with my friend Spencer. We didn't win, but we tried. But yeah, that was a super fun, super cool event. Get to see everyone compete in a friendly manner, and then get to talk to some legends of Big Brother.
Awesome. So last question before we let you go, Joanio. How can students get involved with SEC if they want to?
So perfect timing. Applications always come out in the spring. So applications should be, the email should go out sometime in like February when we get back from school, and then they'll run through March and April. So April is typically when we select a new board.
Awesome. And how do you get out those applications to the students? Should they look up your Facebook group or look into their
we
email?
send out a mass email to every student on campus, or every Rider student. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, we send that out a couple times, but we'll also let everybody know via Instagram, Twitter, whatever following you have, you'll know that we have applications coming out.
Sweet. Well, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Good luck on finals.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. All right, so we're going to get to questions from you. Once again, if you have any questions last minute, feel free to stick them in the chat. We did get one question earlier. The question is, what advice do you have for getting internships, co-ops, or resume help?
I'll start. I think the biggest piece of advice I'd say is just making connections inside your major with your professor and your academic advisor, getting connected with them and asking them about different opportunities. I know as an education major, a lot of the opportunities and future opportunities that I'm going to get have been through talking to my professors and my academic advisors and getting their advice on different internships and different job opportunities that will be coming up in the near future after I graduate, before I graduate. So I definitely recommend getting connected with them and talking to people in your community. For me as an educator, talking to people in the education community or whatever major you're in.
Yeah, and on top of that, obviously like making connections is so important, but aside from that, so there's the Office of Career Development and Success on campus. I work for them, so I know like like stuff, I guess. But so basically, every student has their career advisor, but you also, or your academic advisor, but you also have a career advisor. Everyone has one, and I feel like not enough people utilize them. So definitely look into who your career advisor is, because they are literally there to help you with resumes, cover letters, mock interviews, like literally you could everything that you could ever possibly need in preparation of getting a job. Ryder also utilizes Handshake. Every student already has one, so if you haven't already accessed your Handshake account, make sure that you do that. And that literally has all different job postings, different companies that are looking for like Ryder students, and you can actually get your resume or cover letter approved by your career advisor, upload it to Handshake, and apply for jobs and internships like directly through the site. So it's something that I feel like people really should utilize more, because it's meant for Ryder students, it's meant to help you out, and it really does make a difference. So use those resources.
Awesome. Thanks. I guess no more questions. So last thing before we go, with break right around the corner, what's one thing you're both looking forward to this winter break?
I am looking forward to being with my dog and just taking a break from school. I feel like I've been on my laptop so much this semester, so I'm kind of looking forward to just like unplugging for this break and really just taking some time for myself and spend it with some family. So it'll be nice.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, I'm looking forward so much to the holiday season. For me, Christmas time is like my favorite time of year, so I'm very, very excited for that. I'm also taking my practice over the winter break, so that's stressful, but it's also exciting. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, I hope you both have a great break. Good luck on finals, and I guess from all of us, well, and I'll see you in January, right? Orientation.
Yay!
Not far off. Woohoo! All right. Thank you so much, both of you. Good luck. And to everyone watching, happy holidays. Good luck on finals, and have a wonderful and relaxing break. Bye.
Bye.